Hi everybody, Noelle here with your Tech Tip Tuesday. I'm going to show you how to use Jamboard. It's a great tool to use in your classroom. I usually use it for exit tickets or do now questions, and sometimes I even use it to show or present information for my students. It's kind of a simplified version of a Google slide. So if I were to create a Jamboard, a few things that of how I got here. The first thing would be to go to your Google Apps, scroll down and look for the Jamboard, or I can simply type in Jamboard for Google and it should automatically bring you to a screen like this. As you can see, I have multiple Jamboards that I've used for my classes. And for other Google classrooms that I attend. In order to start a new Jamboard, I'm going to press the plus sign in the bottom right corner. But I'm going to return back to the Jamboard that I created for my due now for tomorrow, right? So if my due now tomorrow was what is something that you look forward to uh, this school year, or maybe forward to in this class. Oops. To in this class. Okay. Um, Students can do a few things. They can use the pen, okay, and draw, which is not easy, but sometimes you find some really good artists in your class who who can really draw with this tool. Or you can have them use the sticky notes and say learning new skills in digital media. And I usually say to them, abbreviate or put your initials, so I know that it's yours. They can even insert images. They can use shapes. Okay. So you can say, okay, all students put all of your sticky notes in this circle. Okay. And in order to avoid this covering, just make sure you click on the image and just send to back so the students are able to put their sticky notes on top of it. All right. And then there's a free space text box, so they can just simply click and write. Oh, they can simply click and write their answer here. Okay. And then this is more of a pointer tool. This is more for instruction purposes where you can circle or point arrows to let students know what to look at. So that's really the basic use of the tools for Jamboard. You can also create as many slides as you want. So I can use the same Jamboard for the same class. So instead of this being a do now, I can say my sixth grade AM session. This is their Jamboard. So every time we want to do something in the class, I can say, okay, go to slide number 2 and put your favorite animal. And then make sure you put your initials so I know that you answered it, right? So this is how you would access it on your end. If you want to pre-make your Jamboards before your class starts, that is possible too. You can even say to your students, okay, while you're in the Google Meet, and say, okay, everybody, for our exit ticket today, to make sure that you understood different design techniques in my class, we're going to do a Jamboard. Okay, so you might say, okay, I also want to see if you know what PEMDAS means, right? So anything that you're doing in your class, exit ticket wise, this could be a quick, easy way to get an assessment. So as you can see in Google Meets, there's the 3 dots at the bottom right. If you click that, it will say open a jam. Now, 2 things you can do here. You can start a completely new Jamboard, or I can choose one from my drive. What's awesome about this is that it's not going to show you everything in your Google Drive. It's only going to show you Jamboard. So it's easy to access and quick for you to just pull it up immediately. So here's the Jamboard that I made for my 6th grade class. I'm going to click on that, and it sort of opens up its own little tab. There's no students in this class in particular right now, but if all my students were here, they would all have access to this Jamboard to edit it. Okay. So you want to make sure that you definitely give editing rights to your students. Okay. So that is how you can open it up on Google Meets. And then when students begin to reply, you would see their bubbles come up in the top right corner, and you would see them editing the Jamboard. I just advise that know your audience, okay? And I say that and with the best intentions, that sometimes you need to make sure that the class is mature enough to use a program like this, because you are giving them editing skills, or editing permission, so they can draw all over a Jamboard. I've seen that happen before. Um, they maybe post an infinite amount of stickies. So, like I said, know your audience. It if you believe that your class can handle it, then definitely use it. Also, if you don't decide to use the Jamboard within a Google Meet, you can go to the share button, and you can make sure that whoever accesses the link, you can change and make sure that they have the editor permission. Sometimes I just do a Jamboard to present things, so you don't necessarily need them to be able to edit, so you can give them viewer options as well. All right. And a few other things that you can think about while using Jamboard. You can always clear the frame and say, okay, let's start over, or okay, that was great. I'm glad that you guys all knew the answer to that question. Let's see if you know the answer to the next one. I can even set a background. So this is great for math. You can even assign a page to each student. So maybe this page is for Mike. So Mike, you're going to be working on this page. Okay, I'm going to set the background for this one. Gabby, you're going to be working on this page. So you actually can set it up in such a way that each student gets their own page, but they're only working on the same application instead of having multiple copies or student copies in your Google Drive. And that's really it for Jamboard. It's a lot of fun. It takes some time to practice and get used to, and come up with some ideas of what you can use in your classroom. But usually everything that you make saves, and which is good, because then you can go back and assess your students and make sure that they understood the lesson for the day. Or it gives the opportunity to say, you know what, I like what I did with this class. It was a great response. I'm going to do this again for my next class. So hopefully this tech tip helps you, and maybe this is something that you might want to incorporate or use in your classroom. If you ever have any questions or concerns with anything tech related, feel free to email me or Caitlin, and stay tuned for our next